Good morning. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? So, today, to get started, like I will always say every single day, you should have read Boys and Girls by Alice Munro and the excerpt The Room of One's Own by Virginia Woolf. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so let's get straight to it. Okay. So today you guys are going to be able to determine the purpose and structure of a compare and contrast essay per review and example. Because our capstone QPA is you students writing a compare and contrast essay, I figured the best thing was for you guys to look at what it looks like first so that you can then be able to write one on your own. So just a simple compare and contrast essay question. I want you to tell me what is the difference and similarities between being a child versus being an adult. Think about that. So being a child, compare and contrast being a child versus an adult. Okay? After you answer that question, I want you to reread your answer. Did you do now? Did you just do, I know sometimes students usually just do one or the other, but did you do one or did you do both? Make sure you go back. If you did one, make sure you go back and do both. And if you did do both, that's great. So now, if you were able to answer that question, I want you to tell me, what does it actually mean to compare and contrast? What does that mean? So take a minute, write that down. Okay, awesome. So then here's an example of a compare and contrast essay. So this compare and contrast essay talks about two wonderful writers, Alice Walker and Maya Angelou. So you are going to read and annotate this example of a compare and contrast essay. And I write down or circle words that you don't understand or things that you think are interesting, just like our regular annotation tools, you're going to use that. After you have read the essay, I want you to write down things that you notice and wonder about what a compare and contrast essay, this compare and contrast essay has. So you'll do that. After, right, based off of your years of knowledge that I know all of you guys have, I want you to write some key takeaways you have about what a compare and contrast essay is. So, right, on my side, a compare and contrast essay analyzes two subjects by comparing them, contrasting them, or both. The purpose of writing a comparison and contrast essay is not to state the obvious, but rather to illuminate subtle differences or unexpected similarities between two subjects, which is what you'll be doing for your capstone QPA. And then after that, whatever you think is important about compare and contrast essays, you are going to note in that little box right there. So compare and contrast essays is a little bit of similarities and a little bit of differences. I want you to think about that. So when you are writing your own essay for A Room of One's Own and Boys and Girls, I want you to come up with some similarities and differences between the two excerpts. Last but not least, how can comparing and contrasting text make you a better writer? That is what I'm most interested in. What does that do for you if you are able to write down some differences and similarities between some text? Think about that. And then write your answer. I'm going to pose a question on Google Classroom, and you're going to write your answer on Google Classroom under the post. So again, I'm just getting you guys started and thinking about what you can write for your compare and contrast essay capstone QPA. So you should have read the two stories, A Room of One's Own, Boys and Girls. You should have figured out what the perspective is. And then what we did on Monday was find evidence that supports the perspectives that you guys laid out. So keep that in mind. And then today, you are just going to look at an example and see how the writer of that essay formats her compare and contrast between the two writers. So again, if you have any questions, please contact me, please text me, let me know. And I hope you guys have a great Wednesday. Today is April 4th. Peace out.